As India right now does not really have a data protection regime, it is this legislation that will lay the foundation for the protection of an individual's privacy in the digital age.
Hello everyone, welcome to Topic of the Day. In today's video, we are going to talk about the Draft Data Protection Law or the Digital Personal Data Protection Bill 2022. Now recently, the latest draft of the Data Protection Law, the Digital Personal Data Protection Bill 2022, has been made open for the public comments. The government is expected to introduce the bill in Parliament in the budget session of 2023. If we talk a little bit about the background, this is the fourth iteration of a data protection law in India. The first draft of the law, the Personal Data Protection Bill 2018, was proposed by Justice Sri Krishna Committee set up by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Now, why there was need of data protection law? First of all, the right to informational privacy has been upheld as a fundamental right by the Supreme Court, that is in the case Puttaswamy versus Union of India case 2017. Secondly, constant interactions with digital devices have led to unprecedented amounts of personal data being generated round the clock by the users. Now, when this is coupled with the computational power available today with the companies, this data can be processed in ways that increasingly impair the autonomy, self-determination, freedom of choice and privacy of the data principle. The current legal framework for privacy enshrined in the Information Technology Rules 2011 is wholly inadequate to combat such harms to the data principles. It is inadequate on 4 levels. First, the extant framework is premised on the privacy being a statutory right rather than a fundamental right and does not apply to processing of personal data by the government. Second, it has a limited understanding of the kinds of data to be protected. Third, it places scant obligations on the data fiduciaries, which moreover can be overridden by the contract. And fourth and last, there are only minimal consequences for the data fiduciaries for the breach of these obligations. Now let us talk about some of the key features of the Digital Personal Data Protection Bill 2022. The government will have the power to specify the countries to which companies can transfer personal data. This will allow companies to send user data on servers located in countries on that list. The government can attempt state agencies from processing data from the proposed law in the interest of national security. Moreover, the government will establish a data protection board for ensuring compliance and the proposed law. The board will also hear user complaints. Moreover, companies of significant size, based on factors such as volume of data they process, should appoint an independent data auditor to evaluate compliance with the provisions of the law. The Data Protection Board can levy financial penalties for non-compliance. Failure of entities to take reasonable security safeguards to prevent data breaches could result in fines of up to 2.5 billion rupees, that is $30.6 million. Moreover, the companies will be required to stop retaining user data if it no longer serves the business purpose for which it was collected. Users shall have right to correction and erasure of their personal data. No company or organization will be allowed to process personal data that is likely to cause harm to children, and advertising cannot target children. Before processing any personal data of a child, parental consent will be required. Also, the law will cover personal data collected online and digitized offline data. It will also apply to the processing of personal data abroad if such data involves profiling Indian users or selling services to them. An important addition to the right of data principles is that it recognizes the right to post-mortem privacy, which would allow the data principle to dominate another individual in case of death or incapacity. So this was a little bit about the topic. Now let us take up one practice question on the same. Consider the following statements relating to the draft Digital Personal Data Protection Bill 2022. First, the government can exempt state agencies from processing data from the proposed law in the interest of national security. Second, the law will cover personal data collected online and digitized offline data. Now, which of the statements given above are correct? You can take a moment and write your answers in the comment section below. Here, both of the statements are correct relating to the draft Digital Personal Data Protection Bill 2022. Therefore, the correct answer is option C, that is both 1 and 2. And with this, we call it a wrap of today's edition of Topic of the Day. I hope you liked the video. I will see you with some other topic tomorrow. Till then, take care and do stay tuned.